Hey guys, it's Jessica. So, okay, interesting development today. First of all, let me start with something I'm super excited about. I'm trying to be strict about only weighing in once a week on my Wednesdays, but it's like today was a bit of a different circumstance because I joined another diet bet, and it was a weigh-in day today for that, for the initial weigh-in, and so I didn't have a choice but to weigh in today. And I weighed in at 269 pounds. So I am officially in the 260s. Woo! So I did get into the 260s sometime over a year ago when I was losing a bit of weight. It wasn't as big of a deal back then because I was like 270 to 275 pounds, give or take, at the time. Whereas when I started now, I was 291. So I've gone from the 90s to the 80s to the 70s and into the 60s. So that's pretty exciting. So the thing that I'm super, super excited about is that I know that I am 9 pounds away from the 250s, and I cannot tell you the last time I was in the 250s. Like, we're talking years and years ago, because I've been pretty steady in the 270s for several years now. So that is very exciting for me because I know it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when, and the anticipation is crazy. So, now I mentioned about the carbs, the issue I'm having with that, right? So, I'm a smarty pants, and I gotta say, I didn't read every single page and every single word as carefully as I should have, because I read this page, my perioperative 14-day high-protein diet, of the lists I'm allowed to eat, and then see down here where it says less than 30 grams of carbohydrates. So, okay, sure, I've met all the other goals except for that one because of my blood sugars being too low. Now, if I had gone all the way to the end of my little preoperative booklet, I would have read Attention diabetics. For our patients with diabetes, we recommend consuming 15 grams of carbohydrates every 2 hours or so. Check your blood sugar levels more often and adjust your pills or insulin accordingly. Be sure to contact us if necessary to help manage your diabetes during this period. If your blood sugar is above 150, spread out this sugar-sweetened liquids over 3 hours. And then it gives you a list of fluids that you're allowed to have to raise your blood sugar need be. 15 grams of carbohydrates every 2 hours or so. So if we do the math, let me see here. Most people get 8 hours of sleep, so you're typically awake for a 16-hour day. 16 hours in every 2 hours, so divided by 2 is 8. So 8 times a day, you should be having 15 carbohydrates, which gives me 120 grams of carbohydrates. I have been trying so damn hard to get as close to 30 as possible so that I fell within that, first sheet. And, basically been suffering for it because my sugars have been whacked, and by whacked I mean super low. And that, my friends, would be why. So, word to the wise, make sure that you read every single down word of, important sheet information like this sort of stuff, because, anyway, lesson learned. So now I know that I can have more fruit and not kick myself for going over 50 grams and all that kind of stuff, and worrying so much about my carbohydrates. You have no idea how annoyed I am with this. It is already day 5 of my 14-day high protein portion of my diet. Anyway, when I woke up this morning, my blood sugar was 3.4. Which, for those of you who aren't familiar, or maybe you live in the States and you deal with, I think down there it's like maybe deciliters per, I can't remember, and I should know this because I'm a lab tech, but anyway, here in Canada, blood sugar range should, be between 4 and 7 millimoles, and so below 4 puts you into the hypoglycemic category, and that's where you can essentially go into a diabetic coma. Normally, once I hit 4.2-ish and lower, I start to feel hypoglycemic. I start to get kind of lightheaded, and sometimes my skin will get clammy. I get really, really shaky, and just a general feeling of blah. But this morning I woke up feeling completely peachy keen, so it came as a shock when I tested and it was 3.4. So I had to take my glucose tablets, and I was stressing about that because at the time I didn't know that I was allowed to have 120 grams of carbs a day, and so I had to take 16 grams of glucose to get my blood sugar up within normal ranges again. So that was fine. And then throughout the day, I tried to cut down on my carbs to stay within my limit. And and then it wasn't until this evening when I posted on the Weight Loss Forever forum saying, I just cannot get my blood sugars low enough, blah, blah, blah. Is it going to affect my surgery? And somebody pointed out that the pre-op diet instructions specifically say for diabetics 15 grams every 2 hours. So I got home, I checked it out. So before I left work, approximately half an hour ago, I tested my sugar and it was again 3.7. So took some more glucose, and I'm going to have my midnight snack, which I don't normally recommend. They always say you shouldn't eat past 6 p.m., but I work late shifts and I don't get home usually until close to midnight, and so in order to keep my blood sugars relatively normal throughout the night, I kind of don't have a choice. Anyway, so that's my day. I still haven't gotten any headaches, and aside from my low blood sugars and kind of stressing over the carb thing, I've been doing very well. I'm hating this diet 100%. I feel rather miserable on it, and every single food that I see ever or smell I want to eat, just because of course I can't have it. But aside from the fact that I don't like it, I'm still doing it. I haven't given in to any cravings or eaten anything that I shouldn't, and I'm very proud of myself because I honestly didn't know if I would have the willpower to do this. So day 5 of 14 down. Wish me luck for the next week and 2 days. Okay, bye.